By the end of this video, I'm breaking down 10 stealth wealth habits that silently build real riches, without flexing, without attention, and without needing to show off. But first, if you're completely new to the channel, when I say the words stealth wealth, what exactly does that mean? Well, let me just paint you a picture real quick so you can clearly understand. Imagine meeting someone who looks totally average, drives a 10-year-old Honda, wears Costco jeans, and then casually drops the sentence, "Yeah, I own 14 rental properties." Yeah, that's stealth wealth. And it's a financial superpower most people never see coming. Because while the internet screams, "Buy the Lambo," stealth wealth whispers, "Own the building next to the dealership and collect rent from the guy who buys the Lambo." So if you've ever wanted to build wealth without looking rich, then congratulations. You're officially smarter than 99% of Instagram. Let's jump right into it. Habit number 1. They treat attention like a liability. In a world where everyone's desperate to go viral, stealth wealth people are trying to disappear. Why? Because attention is expensive. It attracts opinions, expectations, fake friends, bad advice, gold diggers, lawsuits, and, worst of all, people who say, "Bro, you've changed." The stealth wealthy know that when you flaunt your money, you immediately put a target on your back. And while it might feel good to flex today, you're paying for it with peace tomorrow. They've read the fine print on fame, and it says, "Your money is now public property." Congratulations. This is why they skip flashy cars and roll with Toyotas, keep their homes off Zillow, decline interviews, tell even their closest friends things are tight right now, even if their dividends just paid for a ski lodge in Aspen. Because here's the secret, when nobody knows you have money, nobody treats you differently. You get to move how you want, invest how you want, and protect your family without unwanted noise. Think of attention like a high-interest loan. It might give you a dopamine rush in the short term, but it costs you in the long run. Stealth wealth people don't chase status, they chase control, and they know attention is the fastest way to lose it. But it's not just about staying low-key, it's about how you move in silence. And that brings us to habit number 2. Habit number 2. They spend less than they earn, no matter how much they make. You ever meet someone who makes 6 figures, but still somehow has $42.17 in their checking account on the 27th of every month? Yeah, that's not stealth wealth, that's stealth stress. Meanwhile, the stealth wealthy could triple their income and their lifestyle wouldn't budge an inch. They don't fall for the earn more, spend more trap. In fact, they treat income growth like a secret cheat code, not a permission slip to start buying champagne-soaked weekends. This habit is simple, but not easy, because spending less than you earn requires discipline in a culture obsessed with dopamine. We're talking about skipping the upgraded iPhone just because it's new, ignoring the TikTok trend telling you to romanticize your life with daily $8 smoothies, and staying in your lane when everyone around you is trying to build a lifestyle they can't actually afford. Stealth wealth folks treat every raise, bonus, or side hustle profit like a wealth accelerant, not a treat yourself moment. Their motto? Earn more, save more, invest the gap, repeat. Because here's the truth, it doesn't matter if you make $50,000 or $500,000. If your lifestyle eats 100% of your income, you're just a high-paid hamster on a nicer wheel. The stealth wealthy quietly escape that wheel, and no one even notices they're gone. But frugal doesn't mean cheap, because stealth wealth has a strategic relationship with spending. Let's talk about that in habit number 3. Habit number 3, they buy assets, not impressions. Most people are out here buying stuff to look rich. Stealth wealth people? They buy stuff that actually makes them rich. There's a massive difference between buying a Rolex to impress your neighbor and buying shares in the company that sells that Rolex to your neighbor. The stealth wealthy have mastered one golden rule. If it doesn't pay me back, it's a liability, not a flex. They don't buy to impress people at stoplights. They buy to impress their future selves. While others are out here spending $2,000 on luxury bags that depreciate faster than day-old sushi, stealth wealth folks are scooping up dividend stocks, buying cash-flowing rental units, picking up boring businesses like vending machines, laundromats, or digital products, or quietly maxing out their retirement accounts like it's a competition. Because here's the deal. Assets equals freedom. Impressions equals pressure. Assets give you options. Impressions trap you in a cycle where you constantly have to keep up. It's a treadmill powered by ego and fueled by debt, and stealth wealth has no interest in running that race. Here's a litmus test they often use. Will this look cool today, or will it grow my money tomorrow? Most people choose today. Stealth wealth plays the long game. Because while your high school friend is still paying off their vacation to Cabo, the stealth wealthy are quietly earning interest on the hotel chain that hosted them. By the way, if you want to learn more about developing the stealth wealth mindset, when you finish watching this video, go back and watch the rest of our series to fully understand how. Make sure to join the channel and subscribe to always stay updated on our upcoming videos. Okay, now if buying assets is their offense, wait till you see their defense, because stealth wealth also protects their money in a very clever way. Habit number 4, they live below their means even when they don't have to. Here's the biggest curveball stealth wealth throws at the world. They could live lavishly, but they choose not to. That's right, they're not broke. They're not struggling. They're not grinding until I die like hustle culture preaches. They simply don't feel the need to inflate their lifestyle just because their bank account says they can. While most people treat raises and bonuses like scratch-off tickets from the universe, ooh, time to upgrade everything, the stealth wealthy take that money and go, nice, I'll just quietly buy another income-producing asset and keep living like nothing happened. Why? Because living below your means isn't about deprivation. It's about domination. It's about controlling your money instead of being emotionally jerked around by it every time you see a sale or a Tesla. Here's the brutal truth. If your lifestyle expands with every raise, you'll always be one paycheck away from panic mode, just with better shoes. Stealth wealth folks? They live in a nice enough house. They drive a reliable enough car. They go on great vacations, but don't turn their vacation into a performance for Instagram. Because they're not trying to look rich. They're building something more powerful. Permanent financial peace. They're the people who could afford a Rolex and show up wearing a $40 Casio. Not because they're cheap, but because they're free. And once you experience financial peace, flexing starts to feel like emotional bankruptcy. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear how they manage their time. Because stealth wealth doesn't just protect money, it protects attention. That's habit number 5. Habit number 5, they treat time like their most valuable asset. Here's a fun little secret. Stealth wealth folks are obsessed with money, but not for the reason you think. They're not hoarding cash for a gold-plated hot tub or a car that turns into a boat. They're stacking money to buy back time, the one currency you can't earn twice. Because while everyone else is chasing dollars, the stealth wealthy are tracking hours. They ask questions like, how much of my life is this costing me? Can I outsource this chore so I can work on my side hustle? Can I automate this bill so I never think about it again? They understand that being rich in time is real wealth. This is why they say no to 99% of meetings, birthday dinners, networking events, and quick catch-up Zooms that are really just 45-minute ego trips with no real return on investment. Because every yes to something random is a no to something important. And stealth wealth people know that attention is the new oil. If you waste it, someone else will profit from it. They treat their time like a fortress, with a moat, a drawbridge, and a fire-breathing dragon guarding the schedule. If money buys options, then time buys the power to choose. And stealth wealth people don't just want to be rich in dollars. They want to be rich in choices. But time management is just one part of the mental game. Let's peek into how stealth wealth people think differently about life and success in habit number 6. Habit number 6. They avoid lifestyle creep like the plague. Lifestyle creep is that sneaky villain in the movie of your financial life, the one who doesn't kick down your door. He just shows up uninvited, sits on your couch, and starts upgrading your spending behind your back. You get a raise? Boom. New car. Side hustle takes off? Time to treat yourself to a more expensive apartment. Credit score improves? Suddenly you deserve a first-class flight. And just like that, the gap between what you earn and what you keep vanishes. That's lifestyle creep. And stealth wealth avoids it like it's contagious. Because they know that every lifestyle upgrade you make today becomes tomorrow's financial expectation. The luxury you earned becomes the new normal. And soon, anything less feels like a failure. It's financial quicksand in Gucci loafers. Stealth wealth folks don't fall for that. They build in lifestyle resistance. Meaning, they don't automatically upgrade anything. They question why first. They avoid subscriptions like their gym memberships in February. They treat lifestyle upgrades as rewards for performance, not a reaction to emotions. In other words, just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should. They know the most powerful wealth-building move you can make isn't making more. It's not spending more when you do. They've learned that consistency beats luxury, that money invested beats money flaunted, and that happiness doesn't scale linearly with spending. It flatlines way earlier than we think. Stealth wealth doesn't upgrade lifestyle, they upgrade freedom. And while we're talking about mindset, let's get into their real secret weapon, financial literacy. Welcome to habit number 7. Habit number 7, they study money like it's a second language. Let's be honest. Most people treat financial education like it's optional, kind of like flossing. They know they should do it, but they'll deal with it when something hurts. Stealth wealth folks, they treat financial literacy like it's oxygen, because if you don't understand how money works, someone else is profiting off your confusion. They don't wait until the bills are stacked, the credit card's maxed, and the panic attack is peaking to finally Google, how does investing work? Nope, they're 10 steps ahead. They study money like it's the game, and they intend to win. That means reading books like The Millionaire Next Door, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and The Psychology of Money instead of just reading tweets from people with rented Lambos. Actually knowing what terms like compound interest, cash flow, asset allocation, and index fund mean, instead of nodding along like, yes, very financial of you. Watching videos like this one instead of endless Netflix binges. Because here's the cold truth. You can't outsource your understanding of money and expect to build wealth. That's like outsourcing your health to someone who eats flaming hot Cheetos for breakfast. Stealth wealth folks don't wing it. They build a financial operating system based on understanding, not vibes. They treat personal finance like learning a new language, one that fluently translates into peace of mind, options, and generational leverage. And the best part? You don't need a degree. You just need curiosity, humility, and a refusal to stay financially illiterate while your future hangs in the balance. Because in the world of money, ignorance isn't bliss. It's expensive. But education alone doesn't cut it. The real magic happens in what they do next. Let's talk about habit number 8. Habit number 8, they build income streams in silence. You know what stealth wealth people don't do? Post screenshots of their Shopify dashboard with Drake lyrics underneath. Announce every new LLC like they just won a Grammy. Or create 45 Instagram reels about how to make $10,000 a month with zero effort. Nope. Stealth wealth builds income streams quietly, like they're planting seeds for a money tree in the backyard, and they don't need applause every time a leaf grows. Because real income, the kind that hits your account on a Tuesday morning while you're brushing your teeth, that's quiet income, silent money, and it's their favorite kind. Instead of chasing likes and clout, stealth wealth people build things that pay them while they sleep. A duplex that spits out rent checks, a portfolio of boring but powerful dividend stocks, a faceless YouTube channel, digital product, or niche website that generates ad revenue without showing their face. Even just high-yield savings or CDs that quietly earn interest while the rest of the world is screaming about crypto dips. And here's the kicker. They don't broadcast it. They don't tell their cousin at Thanksgiving. They don't brag about being booked and busy. They simply stack income streams like Lego bricks until the money flows no matter what they do. It's the opposite of hustle culture. Because while the internet is yelling, grind till you die, stealth wealth folks are out here whispering, automate and chill. Their mindset is simple. 1 stream of income is fragile. 2 is insurance. 3 or more, that's freedom. They understand that true wealth isn't just about having money. It's about building systems that generate it on autopilot. So while everyone else is busy working for money, the stealth wealthy are building machines that work for them. And that quiet grind pays off. But only because stealth wealth folks do something most people never do consistently. That's habit number 9. Habit number 9. They track everything without obsessing. Let's get one thing straight. Stealth wealth doesn't mean set it and forget it. It means know what the heck your money is doing, but without turning into a spreadsheet-obsessed robot who panics every time the S&P dips 0.4%. Stealth wealthy people track their finances like a business owner tracks inventory. Why? Because if you don't know what's coming in, what's going out, and where it's all going, you're not in control. You're just hoping. And hope is not a wealth strategy. That's why they know their monthly burn rate, aka how much it takes to live comfortably. Have a simple dashboard or app to track income, expenses, and net worth. Check their credit report before it becomes a problem. know which accounts are growing, which ones are stagnant, and which ones need adjusting. They don't obsess over every $3 coffee, but they do notice if their expenses are slowly creeping up like an economic raccoon in the attic. And most importantly, they track progress, not perfection. Because stealth wealth isn't about being a budgeting monk. It's about being financially self-aware. Here's the secret. When you track your money, even casually, you start making better decisions automatically. It's like weighing yourself weekly. You suddenly think twice about that midnight pizza. Same with money. You're way less likely to impulse buy a $900 tablet you don't need if you just saw your net worth drop $1,500 in the market. The stealth wealthy don't micromanage every penny, but they sure as hell don't fly blind either. They treat money like a GPS. If you don't check where you are, you'll never reach where you're going. And they don't need to impress anyone with perfect charts. They just quietly use the numbers to build the one thing that really matters: freedom. And finally, maybe the most surprising stealth wealth habit of them all. Habit number 10 is the ultimate stealth move. Habit number 10, they keep their mouth shut. Seriously, stealth wealth doesn't go around announcing, "Hey everyone, I'm secretly rich." They don't flex. They don't share their net worth at parties. They don't correct people who assume they're average. Because here's the truth. Power is quiet. Real money whispers. And wealth that's invisible is wealth that's protected. They know the moment you flaunt it, you attract problems. Jealousy, handouts, bad advice, lawsuits, identity theft, and worst of all, expectations. So they shut up, stack up, and level up in silence. Bottom line is this: stealth wealth isn't about hiding money. It's about protecting freedom. It's not sexy, it's not loud, and it won't go viral on TikTok, but it's the only kind of wealth that actually lasts. So if you're tired of the fake flexing, the influencer nonsense, and the look rich but go broke lifestyle, stealth wealth is your path out. If this video hit home and you're serious about building wealth in silence, comment the words "I am stealth wealth," so I know you're part of the quiet rich squad. Then watch this next video on why stealth wealth is the richest money strategy in 2025 to keep the momentum going. And remember, real wealth doesn't need to prove itself. It just works quietly,